Hey homies! I'm Swannica from Marshmallow Hill. Hi guys! Today I'll be sharing with you guys about a horror story my friend told me when I was 15. I am not a huge fan of horror stories because I don't like making myself scared. I remember we had a bus ride home and she tried to tell me the horror story, but I refused for days until I finally gave in to her relentless attempts. So shout out to you, friend. This is a story, but I did a slight twist to the ending. Stick on to find out. Once, there was a cab driver who accidentally drove into the wrong streets, and that eventually led to his frightful fate. His name was John. His story began on one stormy night in June during his night shift. It was about 11:30 p.m. The clouds gathered and a storm caught him completely unaware of his surroundings. He drifted away to avoid the mountainous region just off the streets. As he was taking a turn, a flash of lightning briefly illuminated what looked like a silhouette of a person. He got startled for a brief second, then collected himself and realized it was a gorgeous lady in tattered clothes hailing a cab. She settled into the spongy seat of his car and closed the door shut. She looked disheveled and confused.
Are you okay?
She uttered a weak,
Yes.
Where are you going, miss?
Take me to the summit, please.
Okay, right away.
During the entire trip, she remained silent. John began to be concerned for the safety and wellness of the young lady. It was dreadfully cold and chilly. It did not seem that her threadbare clothes can protect her from the cold weather.
Do you want me to turn off the AC?
There was no reply. Suddenly, he felt fear paralyzing him. His heart hammered in his chest and his palms started to get clammy. He looked behind from his rearview mirror and she was gone. Sweat trickled down his spine and panic surged through him. Where did she go? He thought. In an instant, she reappeared in the cab, but this time at the other side. She must have changed seats. But he couldn't stop feeling bothered and uneasy with the weird vibes she was giving. Then he started to hear whispers, and for a swift second, he thought he saw the lady crying blood. Wary and anxious, he rubbed his eyes, convinced he was simply suffering from inadequate sleep. With concern, John asked,
Why do you need to go to the summit? This is an abandoned road.
Oh, who is that?
Haven't you heard? The spate of murders and suicides has become insanely high here. It is dangerous. You shouldn't be here, miss.
It was silence again. With a grin, she mumbled,
You see, darkness envelops everyone. What is hell without fire?
The cab has arrived at her destination. She looked up and paid the fare, and before she got down the cab, she gave him the creepiest grin. He felt this very unsettling feeling in his heart but could not quite put his finger on it. Though uneasy, the kind and compassionate John drove around feeling worried for the girl. He thought it would be best if he came back for her and gave her a ride down the mountain because he was sure she would need a ride down.
What can a lady be doing there on her own?
After half an hour, he came out of his car and walked cautiously around to see where the girl could have been to. To his surprise, there was a white mansion in front of him. The house was draped with cobwebs.
What if she's been kidnapped?
He tiptoed to the door and looked through the peephole. Everything turned red. He almost screamed, and adrenaline sent him fleeing the scene. His terror mounted with every step. The utterly horrifying murder scene was still deeply etched in his head as he spun the wheel erratically trying to flee the scene. His praying the murderers won't get to him and kill him. He drove down the mountains at full speed and went to the nearest bar to get a drink and calm his erratic nerves. In dismay, He asked the bartender if he has heard of the house on the mountains.
House on the mountains? It has been deserted for centuries. Why ask?
Oh no, I just thought of going there for field studies.
You must be crazy, sir. People die there all the time. Not a good place to visit. Folks said that there was a girl who was brutally mutilated and murdered there in the house centuries ago. She turned into a vengeful ghost and cursed everyone who looked into her eyes to death. Cause of death? Suicide. They call her the red-eyed demon.
John's eyes widened with fear. He suddenly remembered and dread twisted in his gut. He realized the red he saw behind the peephole was not blood, it was her eye. She was staring and watching him all this time. He can't help but think of the incident on the way home while paralyzing with fear. However, the fear got him exhausted and he slept. The next morning he woke up and found himself very much alive.
It was just all made up folktale after all. I guess I will quit drinking. No more hallucinations.
He went out for breakfast that morning, but then as he was heading to the cafe down the street, he saw a large flight of stairs with a bright light beaming down. He was suddenly hypnotized by the beautiful light and followed it up the stairwell. He took 1 step, 2 steps, and then many steps. It led him to a brightly lit room with floor made of cotton candies and children's fairy tale dreams come true. He stepped on it and fulfilled the prophecy. He beat the dust. Hey lovelies! Thanks for staying to the end to watch. I would like to thank my wonderful friends for doing voiceovers for this video. Kishi Panda as the cab driver, Sakurami Sleeps as the ghost girl, and Wingsome as the bartender. Honestly, you three really shocked me with your incredible voices. Kishi Panda, you have an incredibly good voice, and you could totally rock a Prince role in a Barbie movie. And Kishi Panda is also my most supportive friend on the VTuber platform. Please support him, guys. Sakurami Sleeps, your voice for the ghost girl is just so on point. Your voice is beautiful. Chef's kiss, mwah. I watched your streams a few times and I feel you really have calm energy and comfy vibes. Wingsome, I think you sound really professional. It just seems you are on another level. I like how dramatic you are able to convey emotions and deliver your lines. It's really good. And shout out to you for being such an amazing friend and a coach. You are really great and honest at giving tips for my improvement. And for that, I really appreciate. Of course, thank you my dear friend Orion for drawing this incredible beautiful art for my VTuber. If I'm not wrong, Orion is also an aspiring 2D VTuber model artist. Please support them. It would be great if we can all collab again in the near future. If anyone wants to try voice acting for fun, you can contact me at my email below in my description. Love you guys! Remember to like, share and subscribe with your family, friends and puppies for more videos. Ta-ta!